In this week's episode, you'll hear the story of a Hollywood star and professional surfer who was viciously attacked and killed while doing what he loves most. The details will have you shaken to your core. This is the horrific story of Tamayo Perrys. Welcome to Tamayo Perrys, a name synonymous with surfing excellence, a Pipeline Masters champion, a Hollywood star, a man who lived and breathed the ocean. You might recognize him from blockbusters like Pirates of the Caribbean or Blue Crush, or perhaps from his role in Hawaii Five-0. But acting was only a small part of his life. Tamayo was first and foremost a surfer, a Hawaiian-born legend whose heart belonged to the sea. At 49, Tamayo had achieved what most could only dream of. He was a 1999 Pipeline Masters champion, had placed 5th at the Bonsai Pipeline Pro, and had influenced a generation of surfers, including icons like Jerry Lopez and Tom Carroll. His unique tube riding style wasn't just admired, it was revered. Despite his many accomplishments, Tamayo remained well-grounded, a family man with a deep love and respect for the waters of Hawaii. Tamayo's wife Amelia was a professional bodyboarder. They met on the set of Blue Crush, which starred Kate Bosworth, Michelle Rodriguez, and Matthew Davis, and quickly became an inseparable duo, both in and out of the water. For 22 years, their marriage was a joyful journey filled with endless waves, laughter, and shared passion for the sea. Together, they taught surfing to children and worked tirelessly to keep the beaches clean and safe. His job as a lifeguard helped to fuel his passion for the sea, keeping him connected to his precious Hawaiian waters. Tamayo's commitment to ocean conservation even caught the attention of brands like Nissan and Coca-Cola, who supported his efforts. But there was something deeper in Tamayo's connection with the ocean, a bond that went beyond the surface, a connection that would soon be tested in the most horrifying way imaginable. Despite all of this work, he was always smiling and sharing and caring, a happy man living a dream in his year-round Hawaiian vacation. There'd been no shark sightings in the local waters for some time, and everybody was feeling great. But Tamayo may have felt something others did not. Just days before the tragic event, Tamayo made an eerie post on social media, claiming he could smell sharks in the water, as if the sea was trying to communicate a warning that only he could understand. Was it a premonition or a cruel twist of fate? Little did he know, these words would soon take on a chilling new meaning. It was a quiet Sunday morning on the island of Makua, also known as Goat Island. The beaches were nearly empty, with just a few surfers and a pair of jet skiers enjoying the calm. Tamayo, having just finished his lifeguard shift, decided to take a break and catch a few waves. The sun was high, the waves were perfect, and the ocean seemed to be offering the ideal conditions for a peaceful surf session. But the ocean can be deceptive. As Tamayo paddled out that morning, he couldn't have known that every stroke was bringing him closer to his doom. The only witnesses to what would soon unfold were 2 jet skiers who watched from a distance. They knew who Tamayo was, were eager to see him in action. He caught wave after wave, each ride more impressive than the last. For a few glorious moments, Tamayo was in his element, man and nature in perfect harmony. But something else was concealing itself beneath the waves. Something ancient and merciless lurks. A predator older than time itself. Waiting, watching, hungry. As the jet skiers watched Tamayo disappear behind a massive swell, suddenly the water around him turned a shocking shade of red. In the blink of an eye, paradise became purgatory. The first strike was devastating. 1 second he was there, riding the wave like always. The next, there was so much blood, so much blood. The ocean, which had given Tamayo so much, was now taking everything in return. The 2 men on jet skis could not believe their eyes. They were locked in on the scene as Tamayo's body resurfaced, only to be violently yanked back under the water. The realization hit them hard. Tamayo was under attack. And not just any attack, he was being savagely mauled by a shark. Without a moment's hesitation, the jet skiers gunned their engines, speeding toward the bloodied waters. The sound of the roaring engines cut through the air, likely startling the predator. They saw a massive shadow dart away beneath the surface, but their focus was on Tamayo. His body bobbed back up, not moving and covered in blood as they reached him. As Tamayo fought for his life, these two brave witnesses sprang into action. Not fearing for themselves, their only thought was to save Tamayo. But would they make it in time? In an attack like this, every second counts. The blood loss alone was already catastrophic. They dragged him onto one of the jet skis and raced back to shore, leaving a trail of red in the water behind them. But for Tamayo, it was too late. The damage was just too much. The ocean, as if trying to erase the horror, quickly returned to its serene blue as they reached the sand. The shark's first strike had nearly severed Tamayo's left leg, causing a massive hemorrhage from his femoral artery. Even if help had arrived immediately, there was probably nothing that could have been done to save him. But the shark made sure of Tamayo's fate when it returned for the second bite. The second bite after the shark had circled back had torn into his waist, puncturing vital organs and ensuring that he wouldn't survive the trip back to shore. They told his wife Amelia that he was gone before they even reached the beach. But part of her died out there with him. The waves that once carried Tamayo to glory now whispered his name, a constant reminder of nature's awesome and terrible power. As word spread of Tamayo's tragic end, the world of surfing stood still. A legend had fallen, claimed by the very waves he once conquered. Tamayo wasn't just a surfer. He was the embodiment of the aloha spirit. To lose him like this, it was unthinkable. In the days that followed, hundreds gathered to say goodbye, to honor a life lived on the edge and lost to the depths. Tamayo always said, respect the ocean, and it will respect you. But on that fateful day, the ocean's respect came at the ultimate price. We often forget that when we enter the ocean, we're entering their world, a world where we are not the apex predator. Shark attacks are extremely rare, but when they happen, it's nature at its most primal and terrifying. Tamayo's tragic end serves as a stark reminder of the thin line between life and death, between man and nature. As the island of Hawaii prepared to say goodbye to one of its brightest stars, the ocean that had given Tamayo so much now seemed to take on a mournful tone. The waves, once a source of joy and thrill, now whispered a solemn farewell to a man who had lived his life on their crest. Tamayo Perrys was more than just a surfer, an actor, or a lifeguard. He was a symbol of the unbreakable bond between man and the ocean. As Hawaii mourns, the world of surfing will never forget the name Tamayo Perrys, a man who rode his final wave with the same grace and courage that defined his extraordinary life. Remember, the ocean gives, but it also takes. And sometimes, it takes everything. If this tale of terror from the deep has left you shaken, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more true stories that blur the line between nightmare and reality. And ask yourself, the next time you step into the ocean, what's lurking beneath the waves?